quite get how like polar opposite they are. I'm flicking through the two on my laptop. I'm just like, one word and two totally different pictures.
I'm so excited by that one as well, because I feel like we've pushed each other creatively.
I kind of wish that I'd have tried like my indoorsy knit blanket style.
Still time. I think we've decided to get to number 10 and then we're going to have a short break of a couple of weeks. This week, however, our final week of this series, if we call it a series.
Ooh, mobile phone.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
See you in a few days.
Hey guys, so behind the scenes footage is a little bit different this week, and I'm filming it actually from my mobile phone, so whenever you see my eyes do this, it's just that I'm checking that I'm actually still in frame. So for this week I had a little bit of a creative block. I think just outside stresses got to me a little bit, and it kind of put a little bit of a delay on my creative process. So I did find this challenge a little bit tricky in trying to come up with something a little bit different that wasn't just a selfie through my mobile phone. I have gone for a self-portrait though. The idea that I'm playing with today actually includes these beautiful flowers. Hopefully it works out to what I'm wanting to do. I want to do something just a little bit fun, a little bit creative, and see if I can just do all the editing just inside my phone, which is a little bit out of my comfort zone. My phone is actually due an upgrade in 2 weeks. So I've had this phone for 2 years, and when I buy mobile phones I don't intend them to be all singing, all dancing, the latest trend of mobile phones, so it's quite old already when I first buy a mobile. I'm not into my technology too much, so it does mean the camera is quite limited. We'll see how I get on. I do feel a little bit nervous about this one because I feel like it's totally not in my comfort zone at all. I'll give you an update on how it goes in a little moment.
Hi guys, so this week I believe we are both doing a behind the scenes. The theme of the photography challenge this week is mobile phones, so I will be using this phone that I am on. I have a pretty old iPhone 7 which is a bit knackered and the camera is not especially great, so it's not really one that I'm feeling super excited about. However, I do have some phone lenses which I'm going to try. So the photograph will still be taken with this phone, and they're just literally little clip-on lenses, and what I'm going to try and do is photograph something inside the house this time because I'm really bad for going out. Not that that's a bad thing, however I want to try and push myself and find something indoors that's a little bit different. So I think I'm going to get my macro lens out for this one, my phone lens of course, and perhaps look at some of my house plants and see what I can come up with. So let's go and get to it. Bye!
So a little bit of a change of plan. The initial idea that I had didn't work. So what I found, my phone camera is actually quite wide angled. So when it came to doing self-portrait, I kind of had to use it at arm's length, and that is not the most flattering thing to do with a wide angled lens on your camera. So I didn't like anything I was coming up with. But what I want to do is work on figuring out the settings within inside my phone a little bit. And what I found a setting for light painting. Now, something that I've always wanted to try is, it's a bit cliche and I'm really sorry, but it's something I've always wanted to try, and it's painting the lights from cars on a busy road. My main focus is to try and make it not look just like an average mobile phone snap. I want to have a think about perspective as well, just to add something a little bit different to the picture. I'm really excited. I want to give this a try and hopefully it works. Wish me luck! So it's getting later and later, and I'm actually finding there's less and less cars on the road, so it's actually quite tricky trying to find somewhere where I'm getting good light trails and they're not just completely blown out because I'm waiting for so long for the cars to suddenly appear on the road. I'm panicking a little bit because this isn't going to plan at all! So it's very nearly 10 PM now, and I'm cold. I'm a little bit soggy from the rain, but I feel like one of my photos has potential and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna see how much kind of in-phone editing I can do with contrast and saturation and things, but I feel like it's quite a good photo, all things considering, with my not so up-to-date phone. I just realised tip of my nose looks very red because it's that cold, so I'm gonna get home and have hot chocolate and chill out in my pyjamas. Because usually at night time I end up editing all night, so this one is quite a light relief in some ways. Can't wait to see what Beth's come up with. Yeah, fun night.
Hello.
Hi. You okay?
Yes, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. How do you find this week?
It was a bit odd. Like, I'm not particularly happy with my picture, mainly because I have a really old phone and the camera's pretty rubbish. So my phone, just for anyone watching, is an iPhone 7, which is like 4 or 5 models old now. And if anyone has an iPhone, they'll know that after 2 years, they start to just crumble and die. So the camera's not amazing, but I did my best.
I have a funny feeling though that your camera, because its iPhone cameras are pretty sharp, so it might be better than mine. So mine's 2 years old because I got it on contract. But when I buy a phone, I don't buy it like the highest spec anyway. It's a Huawei P20 Lite is what I use. So as I say, it's like an old model, and it's also not the full spec of a Huawei phone as well. So I found it quite tricky, and it's for me like using my mobile phone on everyday use. I'm not one that sits on it all the time. I don't take photos constantly with my mobile phone camera. So I was kind of going in completely blind with how to use it in a better way than just going, here's a meal I've made tonight, guys, have a look at this.
One thing I found as well is part of me thought, not that it would be easy, I don't think that's the right thing to say. However, I thought because my phone is always in my pocket or my bag or something, that I would be more likely to come across something spontaneously that I thought this will be a really good picture. And that just didn't happen.
No.
Obviously, everywhere. At one point, I went down to the shore because it was a really big tide. And I don't know, in the end, I decided to push myself that I wanted to do something in the house, which I don't know, I struggled a little bit with.
I've done the opposite. I've gone outside with this one. I actually started out with a real proper creative block and did not know where to take this. I think because the theme of mobile phone is so wide that you kind of you have to narrow that down to focus a bit more on what you want to do. I initially tried an idea. I wanted to do a self-portrait, and I had some flowers that were gifted to me, and I was going to put a flower over one of my eyes and then loads of petals on my face. But as soon as I held the camera at arm's length to do it, I realised my camera on that side of my mobile phone was not only less quality, but it was a wide angle lens, so it just wasn't flattering for that kind of picture at all. So I kind of had to scrap that off, and it made me have a look inside my mobile phone just to see what I could adjust settings wise for the camera. And I came across a little setting in there which I was really happy with because it made me do something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And it kind of worked. So
okay, I'm intrigued. I had a few ideas, and in the end, like you, I just had to decide almost a bit of a secondary theme myself, so that I had a focus. But I also found a tool. So the photo is taken with my mobile, 100%, and I'll tell you what it is after I show you my photo. So I think you're first this week.
Yep. Shall I send you it across?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Funny thing is as well, when I've brought this up from my mobile phone, so obviously my phone screen is much smaller than my computer screen. Looking at it on my phone screen, I thought it was better quality than when it comes up on my computer screen. So apologies that it's not 100% sharp, it's not 100% clear, but you can get the idea I was going for. And it was literally down to the wire timing wise. So because of my creative block, I left it till the last night. I went out and about to take this photo, and it ended up being 10 o'clock at night by the time I'd finished. So let me send this across to you.
Oh, I'm trying to pick. So is this just a road?
Yes. Yeah.
It almost looks, because I know I can see now that there's street lights, but the one on the right could have almost been the front of a train. Almost looks a bit like you're at a train platform, almost.
Yes, yeah. So it was actually a bus that went past. So I tried this several times with just cars, and obviously it was a smaller layer of lighting, just kind of all on the one level. and then I heard this rumble of a bus coming up, and I like quickly pressed my timer on my phone.
And what I quite like is that we both hated the night photography week, but here you are.
Yeah. Yeah. As I say, it's something that I wanted to try. So initially, kind of around 7 o'clock, I'd gone out down to the big crossroads in the local, like the at the end of our bypass to get onto the motorway. There's a big crossroads with loads of traffic lights, where all the traffic kind of crosses over, and I just thought that would be an awesome spot to get like multiple lines of traffic, but the traffic lights themselves were so slow. And of course the cars are stopped, the cars take a while to get going again, and it was just the pace of it just wasn't there. And then I found as well, it was trying to think outside the box with it just being a mobile phone picture. It's so easy to do it just kind of at head height and not put any interest into it, so it instantly looks like it's taken on a mobile phone. So I really wanted to play with a little bit of perspective as well. So this was actually on, apologies to the person, but somebody's garden wall. And then I took this thing with me. This is just a little phone stand from IKEA.
Okay.
These things are freaking amazing for just sitting about the house and like looking at recipes and listening to music on. But to take that out with me, that was a perfect balancing act. So I didn't have to prop it against anything. Something with the light, you have to have that phone really still.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's amazing. Considering it's on your mobile. That was not what I was expecting. I really like it, and what I like as well is that it's the confidence to go back and try and do a nighttime photography one. I think because we both had such a rough time with the night photography.
Yeah.
And did you find it quite easy to get the light movement?
It was timing it well, because if I left the camera going for too long, it was just too much. It wasn't like defined lines from the traffic. It was just too much bright light, and then it would affect the silhouette of me as well. And it was finding that nice balance of how many seconds to leave it running for. I looked like a wally at the side of the road though, but
what I love though is that you've actually taken what I deem to be two of the hardest weeks of being play with speed and night photography, and you've come out and not only done it on your camera, but you've done it on your mobile, which you know, which not in a bad way, but obviously the quality is just not there compared to a camera.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I really like it. I think that's really well done.
Yeah.
And mine is the polar opposite.
Hey.
This was in the house.
Oh, the tones on that.
It's a bit abstract.
But that's cool. You don't look at that and think mobile phone at all.
So this, interestingly, is an orchid out of my house.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't call it cheating because it's taken with my mobile, but I have some phone clip lenses.
Ah, nice.
And it's a macro lens. And you know, ordinarily I think like the set of these is literally like a $5 or something. It's really nothing spectacular. And actually I never use it because I don't know, I just
you don't have a reason to.
No, and I've got my camera, you know, and actually I found this in the bottom of my camera bag in a little zippy compartment that I never use, and I thought, right, I'm going to use that. Originally I was trying to take them straight on, looking inside the orchid. You can imagine an orchid, it's got this kind of really sort of ornate front to it, and it was okay, but I wasn't really happy. It all looked a bit wonky, a bit lopsided, and because of it being macro, parts of it were too blurry, parts of it were not, and obviously being my mobile, the quality wasn't there either. But I took one sort of side on, and I'm quite happy with it. So
I love that. It looks like a painting.
It's just a houseplant.
It genuinely looks like somebody's painted that, like an oil painting.
But I had a lot of fun with it as well. So yeah, I'm pleased with how it's turned out.
I just love that. It's such it's a really delicate picture. And I think like doing a little series of those and just getting small prints of them, I think that would be absolutely beautiful. I love it.
It's funny, isn't it? Because obviously there's still, when you look at it, there's still that element of it being a little bit fuzzy, a little bit, you know.
It works though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It kind of makes it soft.
Yeah.
But had that been done with a proper macro lens on a proper camera, it'd have been a totally different picture, I think.
Who says that every picture has to be focused though? It's something to explore as well.
Yeah, but I think what I mean is that I quite like the fact it's not.
Yeah. It would have a completely different feel to it if it was really harsh lines.
Yeah.
And you would look at it and just go, oh, it's quite a cool orchid. Whereas this, you're like, there's so much texture in there. There's so much feeling in that. As I say, you should get a few of those printed and just have small, like, teeny tiny picture frames going down a hallway of these little abstract plant pictures. That would be amazing.
They're just a bit odd.
I want them commissioned.
Yeah, but I just kind of like how like a bit weird they are, and you don't really know what they are, and
until you properly look and you're like, what's that?
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy how both of those have turned. Both of ours have turned out this week.
Yeah, I think we finished the whole series on a bit of a high.
Yeah, I think so, especially because some of the weeks we've both been like.
It's nice to have that initial feeling of dread kind of flip on its head and turn around, and we've come out with something every week that we've been pretty happy with. I don't think there's been any week where we've gone, I really hate what I've come up with.
No, I think there's definitely been weeks where we've been a lot more excited and about what with. But I think more often than not, I think most weeks we have said I tried something and it didn't work, or I had an idea and I couldn't do it, or something, I don't know. And actually, we've always come out with something really different.
Yeah. It has made us try things we would not have tried before with the cameras. So,
and what I really like, and I think makes it work, is that our different styles complement each other in the sense of not one week have we both done the same thing. You know, I mean, even forget mobile phones because that could have been anything. But even with a week where you have had to follow a theme quite closely, not been the same either.
We should have a spin-off challenge where we swap styles. I have to steal someone's dog.
Someone's dog. Got to go outside all the time.
Go and find a suitcase and
one self-portrait was enough for me.
No, I've loved it. I've had such a good time.
Yeah, so have I. And actually, I look forward to doing at some point.
Yes, yeah. I think we've decided 2 to 3 weeks, just a quick kind of little refreshing break. Thank you.
No, thank you for asking me, and I hope that everyone has liked the pictures.
Yeah, I hope other people start to get involved as well. That'll be a cool little advertisement and a mental log for everybody if they could like and share. I'm sorry.
If you don't do it, we won't do a second season. I mean,
well, yeah, there's that. No pressure.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
I'll see you in 3 weeks' time. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.